let's talk about Annihilation. Did I like it? Yes, I did. It was alright. Flawed, the midsection could definitely have done with some more judicious editing. Some of the dialogue is a bit bludgeoning, which here is particularly unnecessary since the name of the game is Maintenance of Mystery. There are a couple of very small instances of naff CGI, but none of this spoils the overall effect, which is frankly a little bit stunning. So we have kind of a somber setup. Grief is a driver here. The characters seemingly are headed without bearings into self-destructive territory. So you've got doom and gloom, you've got Alex Garland. Now the worry for me was that this movie might be kind of sneering in the way that I found some of his other films. But actually, he seems to be treating the characters with more compassion here, and I like that. People have flaws, people have dark secrets, but nothing that's truly unsympathetic. And it's played well. So let's talk about the cast. Right, so we've got Natalie Portman, Oscar Isaac, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Tessa Thompson, and the other ladies who I'm afraid I can't remember. But they're all pretty good. Jennifer Jason Leigh is especially solid, I found. Great support from Oscar Isaac in a role that's smaller than he's used to. I've never been a big fan of Natalie Portman. I don't think she's a great actor, and I'm very reluctant to use YouTube as a platform from which to make judgments, about people that I know work really hard. But I've never found her to be a great actor, but here she's fine. Not stellar, but fine. So everyone carries their weight, and which is good because in other hands, this screenplay could have really turned out like something the Sci-Fi Channel would cobble together. There's going to be some colour, some Trekkie, techie stuff, and some decent gore, as a matter of fact. I remember one time watching Predator whilst on magic mushrooms. It's a bit like that. So, whilst steering away from spoilers, how can we interpret the action that takes place? What do we know? An alien thing lands on Earth and generates a kind of force field inside of which biological nature is thrown into disorder, seemingly to a destructive end, or is it really a reconfiguring of the environment and of organisms? Disease is a theme in the film, and there's the sense that the Earth has been infected by something. But although mentioned many times, those themes are never truly, clearly borne out by the denouement. All we know is that a thing comes to Earth and it starts changing stuff. I suppose one thing you could read into it with impunity is the idea that the destruction is either terminal or creative, depending on your point of view, and perhaps depending upon your agenda. Visually, Annihilation throws down a lot of suggestions. There's cloning, there's mutation, there's psychedelic refraction, and killer monsters. There is a chance that there'll be some kind of argument with audiences as to whether or not the absence of a solid explanation is a cop-out or a gesture of respect for the audience. Given the effort that's been put into the film in general, the high production values, convincing character backgrounds, the clear sense that the film aims to be contemplative, my guess is that you're not being conned and that the movie is trying to treat you respectfully. What's the answer? I don't know. I'll get back to you when I figure it out. But would I recommend Annihilation? Yes, I would. It's probably the sort of film that would have been more worthwhile at the cinema, which, as I understand, is how Alex Garland intended to be viewed, but Paramount decided that outside of the US, it should be distributed via Netflix. This has caused some controversy. But I guess if you can just take a big check and not have to worry about opening weekends and things like that, I'd have probably done the same thing. But is it good for cinema? Probably isn't. Anyway, yes, I'd recommend it. Okay, well, once again, thank you very much for your indulgence. I'm Heat and this has been my review of Annihilation. Do click like and subscribe, please. I like you.